The Muslim Brotherhood has established a significant presence in Canada. The startling revelation comes from a new study released today that also calls for Ottawa to launch an investigation into the group. Tom Quiggin from the Terrorism and Security Experts of Canada Network writes, the Government of Canada may wish to pursue a wider investigation into the activities of the Muslim Brotherhood, with a particular focus on its activities in Canada and the USA. Cooperation or information sharing with the proposed investigation in the United Kingdom may be useful. Sun News contributor Tarek Fatah joins us now in Toronto. Tarek, I feel like you have been warning me about the Muslim Brotherhood as long as I've known you, which is several years now. Lots of people will be shocked by this report, but you will not be.
No, I see them doing what they do best every day. Just on the weekend, Doors Toronto, which is a City of Toronto festival to celebrate the architecture of the city, buildings in the city. It's been in its 15th year. This year,
it's a fine thing to do on the weekend. Go see different parts of the city.
Yes, absolutely. And to my discovery, the Muslim Brotherhood now has some of its mosques involved. There are other mosques that were distributing books by Sayyid Maududi, the Trotsky of the world Islamist movement, promoting armed jihad and saying to young people in the English language that if you do not commit yourself to armed jihad, you're a sinner, and your claim to being a Muslim is not true. And so this is the audacity that even in a festival of architecture in the City of Toronto, paid for by the taxpayers, the Muslim Brotherhood is there. Now, they are there, in most security, Canadian civilian agencies where you get together. They are in the Homeland Security network in the United States, the White House. Both the Bush and the Obamas have had Muslim Brotherhood advisors within.
This is part of their goal. I mean, let's go back to the 1991 document that was discovered, I think it was in Philadelphia,
yes,
in a raid. Mohammed Akram's description of what they were doing, and he says the process of settlement is a civilization jihadist process with all the word means. The Ikhwan, that means brothers, must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers so that it is eliminated and God's religion is made victorious over all other religions. You know, that goes a lot further than saying, let's go out and get a few more people to show up at mosque on Friday or show up at church on Sunday. This is, let's destroy this evil civilization.
Because the Muslim Brotherhood is not about Islam or Muslims. It's a fascist movement that has roots in the 30s. They take inspiration from Mussolini and Hitler. The cadres were on the wrong side during the North Africa battles that were fought in Libya and Egypt. Few people realize that. What side was the Muslim Brotherhood on, Rommel or Montgomery? We have very short memory spans, but what we need to understand is that very few mainstream Canadians, or for lack of a better word, white Anglo-Saxon or Francophone Canadians, even understand the depth to which the Islamofascist will prevail or will act, because he or she is not looking at a 5-year development plan. He is looking in terms of centuries. So for him or her, life begins after death, not before. And so death in the service of Islam, as the books of jihad call for, or for enslavement of non-Muslim female prisoners of war, as in Boko Haram, all this is part of the Muslim Brotherhood defined war Sharia laws that need to be rejected by ordinary Muslims.
And I think every Canadian, as opposed to so many of our politicians, don't. Tom Quiggin put out a list of groups that he says are affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood in Canada. Some of them are outright in supporting it, some of them less so. I mean, the Muslim Student Association says right on their website that they are Muslim Brotherhood. What about the Islamic Society of North America? Widely cited group. You know, are these all definitely Muslim Brotherhood organizations?
I don't know what I would say or they would say. I do know that the minutes of the meeting from the Philadelphia Muslim Brotherhood that the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department got had a list in which the Muslim Brotherhood said, these are our organizations. And in that were the Islamic Society of North America, the Islamic Circle of North America, and all these other Islamist organizations are based on either the Muslim Brotherhood or the Jamaat-e-Islami of Pakistan, which is nothing other than the Muslim Brotherhood's equivalent in South Asia. We have had tons of evidence of everyone, what they had to say during the 2005 debates on Sharia law in Canada. So we are fortunate to know who stood where and what did they do or what did they say. But in many major newspapers of this country, the top Muslim correspondents are all those who support Sharia in Canada.
Unlike yourself, who will have a column on this issue tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, but on Thursday.
Thursday, some media newspapers. Okay. So you're a sensible man. We'll continue to listen to you, Tariq, and hopefully continue to spread the word, open a few eyes to the ongoing jihad I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Thanks so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.